Hi folks, it's me Darla with Loving and Living Maine. I'm in my kitchen. My kitchen is a mess and that's just the way it is. I know a lot of videos, everything is so spotless and perfect, but that's not my life. Now, what I'm doing today, and the only reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like with this channel, I really want to show kind of like a day in the life here in Maine. This is what we do. And right now, my husband is up there at the chicken coop and he's working on, we have almost 100 chickens and he's making sure it's still secure because we had a really bad winter, a bad storm, and we have other critters trying to get to our chickens and we just don't want to have that anymore. So he's concreting and doing what he has to do. Now, my son, Vinny, is going to be coming over for Mother's Day and we are going to be making pizzas. So what I'm doing right now is I have some Alaskan sourdough starter that is, oh gosh, I know that it's like 100 years old or something. It's very old. And then I have some San Francisco sourdough starter that is over like 280 years old. Something crazy insane, or maybe 180, 200 years old. I don't know. They're old. Let's just put it that way. Now, the only reason I'm using these right now is because I'm going to keep them going for when he gets here. I am going to start a bread that normally I probably wouldn't mix the two, but I'm going to today because I don't want to waste any of it. And I don't want to do two separate breads because it's just Rick and I. But when Vinny gets here and Anna and maybe the mother, I'm not sure, then I want to make sure that I have the starter. I just took off my rings because who wants dough in their rings? Now I'm going to be wandering around the kitchen. I'm just going to be doing what I need to do, okay? So, you can tune in or tune out, whatever you want to do, but this is what I'm doing. Oh, look what I got yesterday at, I guess it was an Amish auction. Maybe Mennonite. I know that we were in Unity, Maine, and we go to an Amish market there. I go there because I like to buy their butter, and I am not sponsored by anybody, especially them. But I like to get their, no offense or anything like that. I just know that they don't do like a lot of videoing or things like that. But I get their cheese, I get their butter, and it's just delicious. But we ended up going to an auction, and that was fun. And I got a couple cutting boards. One really big one over there, and this one. And then we got a few other things that are just practical for a homestead. Now, this is a little big on me. I have lost some weight lately. Isn't this cute, this butter dish? It's from the 50s. I just love it. I just think it's adorable. Okay, so I need my spoon. This is my favorite. And I know you're supposed to get about a cup, and I'm just kind of guesstimating because I've done this a few times, so I'm okay with just playing with it. I am not trying to give anybody a recipe like that or anything like that right now. I am just skimming off the top to where I get about a cup out of both. I'm mixing them both. I have not tried that before, but I'm going to just for fun so that I can keep feeding my sourdoughs. So I have plenty for pizzas when my son gets here, and he's coming for Mother's Day. But we're doing two things Mother's Day weekend. He's coming here on Saturday. I think his girlfriend's coming with him. I'm not positive. And then on Sunday, we're going to a restaurant with his girlfriend's mother also. Her name is Norma. And so we're going to go to... well, I probably should say the name of it just in case, for privacy reasons. But anyway, we're going to go out to lunch. And the place that we're going to puts on an amazing buffet. And I wish I could say the name of it because I'm not sure what I should be saying or not be saying. So anyway, that's what we're doing. What are you doing? Do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like anything at all. And if you have any questions about this sourdough starter, you can ask me if you want, but I believe that I got it off of Amazon. I think that's I'm pretty sure that's where I got it. Okay, that's plenty. All right, that is plenty. All right, let's feed these babies. So I've already got this figured out to where, like, with the flour, I put it to this gold line in this cup. I use bread flour, and then the bread flour is for the San Francisco sourdough, and then the wheat I use for the Alaskan. I hear noises out there. It could be my dogs. I have 2 dogs. You guys might have seen it. You might not have. On one of my other episodes, I have a Pomeranian, which is, both of my dogs are rescue dogs. So one's a Pomeranian and the other one is like a Chiweenie mix. But the Chiweenie, he was very old and, not easily adoptable. So we adopted him. My husband, Rick, just walked in, covered in concrete dust. I am fixing supper, but I'm also doing a video at the same time, and I'm making dough. So I'm a little behind because I did a different video for my other channel where I tell paranormal stories. So, busy, busy, busy. So here's my doggies. I'll show you my doggies. Our doggies. Let's see if I can get that down there. That's the Chiweenie. That's Peepaw. And that's Tula. And you got to see more of our messy house. Because we're real people. Not that clean people aren't real people, because they are too. But let's just put it this way. I don't clean up specifically just for YouTube. Okay, get some water in this one. Where'd my cup go? If you have a favorite sourdough recipe, feel free to share. I'd like to see it. I'd like to hear about it. And when you make your breads and pizza dough and stuff like that, how much starter do you typically use? I use about a cup. Sometimes even more. I love the flavor. I like sour in my bread. So making this sourdough starter, if you're not familiar with it, you want it to have the consistency of like a pancake batter. Okay, give it a good stir here. And then after this, I'm going to cheat. I usually don't. I do almost everything. If it comes in a box or a can, unless I can it myself, in which case it's a jar, even though some people do can in cans. I typically don't eat it. I've lost around 70 pounds, and it took me over a year. I started on March 19th of 2024. So I'm pretty careful about stuff like that. But tonight I am going to cheat and keep it easy and use a vodka sauce that's already in a jar. Just a little vodka sauce. Instead of making my own. And I can see my hubby is hungry already because he's already got out the cheese that we got at the Amish market yesterday. You want to show that cheese real quick? Right here. So this is one of the cheeses that we get at the Amish market. It's just delicious. I mean, maybe, and I'm sure you can get it other places. Around here, remember, we live in Maine, and our nearest store, 40 minutes away, 30 minutes away. It's a little bit of a drive. But it's always so nice because when we drive, we always see birds like turkeys, and we see deer and tons of waterfowl because we're on the ocean. Okay, I've got these two raring to go. Ready and raring to go. Add a little touch more water. Maybe just a touch more water. You're supposed to do equal amounts of flour and water when you're feeding your sourdough, but I also have to go by consistency. Okay, actually I don't need to do that because now I'm going to use this for that. So the reason why I keep washing the spatula is because I don't want to cross-contaminate. I'm using the bread flour and I'm using the wheat flour. So I'm just really careful. There are times where I will go ahead and use the same spatula, you know, with the white into the wheat. But I haven't lately. Right now, they're not cross-contaminated. Okay, I got this going on. I am going to use, my husband prefers the white, but he's actually getting used to the wheat. I'm going to do a little bit of both. Don't tell him, Kay. So this really is going to be a combination. White and wheat. And then with the pasta that I'm making, I'll probably do a fruit salad also. I've got some blackberries here, bananas. I don't know if we have any apples left, but we're pretty good about keeping fruit. And then I can't hardly wait till the summer when our garden is completely producing. Oh my gosh, last year, you want to know how to lose weight? Well, for one thing, I had to have surgery on my arm. And so then my husband had to do the cooking. And he knew that I was trying to lose weight and stuff too. And he just started making me cucumber salads. Now, that's not all he made me, of course, but we just had cucumbers with sea salt and, you know, cracked pepper. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's, you know, sometimes just keeping it simple is the best. It truly is. What, honey? Oh, I thought you said something. So right now he's doing some cheese and crackers. We also got some goat cheese yesterday from a lady who, yeah, why don't you grab some of that? That'd be fun. One of those. Because we have all these different flavors. And she was telling the story. The one thing that I'm learning about are people, there's a lot of women that are living alone and on a very limited income. And it's tough to get by. And everybody's trying to do their own thing to make it on the side because they're not going to make it with just Social Security or death benefits. So this woman who lost her husband, you know, after, I forget what she says, something like 40 years of marriage or something. They were, you know, extremely close. She had to come up with something, and she already raised goats. So she has a sign out there that says goat cheese for sale and free manure. And her daughter makes fun of her and says, Mom, you can't do that. But you know what? We still stopped because we don't care. We know it's not mixed together, for heaven's sakes. So I'm making this dough right now. I'm almost finished with it. I need just a little bit more flour. Then I'll let it rise. And we'll do something with it tomorrow. I'm not doing anything with it today. Yeah. So I've been making my own homemade, I make hamburger buns, I make sourdough bread, make pizza. Oh my gosh, the pizzas are to die for. Okay, I have a proofing basket. Dust a little bit with flour. Have you ever used a proofing basket? I got a couple of them. It doesn't matter. You can just keep it in the bowl that you have. It really doesn't matter, but I have it, so why not use it? I'm going to stick it in here. A little bit more dough there. Scoop it up a little bit more. This is really a small batch. I probably should have done more, but then again, like I said, it's just Rick and I, so like that, and I am going to cover it. I am going to cover it pretty color. That's a pretty color. So I'm going to set it over here on the stove, which is off, and let it rise. Let it do its thing. And next, I am going to move on to the spaghetti. Now, I'm wondering if I should log off now or keep going, because we're already 15 minutes into this and people lose interest after, I think they said 21 minutes. So I think I will stop here and I will begin again a new video with the vodka sauce. All right, folks, this is Darla. And if you want to email me, on this channel, it's onetravelingon@gmail.com. Onetravelingon. And but just leave comments. I'll get back to you. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to hit the like button. And I'll see you shortly. Bye.